Hi guys, it's Jake here. I just finished my introduction to critical care skills training today, so I've decided to do a quick vlog um, as sort of a reflection of the training I've had today and of the experience related to COVID, which is the reason why this training has been put in place so that if there is a second wave, we will be ready. Before I start this vlog, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who have supported my channel so far. Thank you for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. And every time I see somebody comment on my video, it gives me a boost of energy and makes me want to do more and do more videos that would mean something to you. And so I'd appreciate it if you make a comment, give me any suggestion, any critic at all, so I can improve what I'm doing. So during the training, we discussed about types of respiratory failures, different kinds of machines like Optiflow and CPAP. Basically, it's like training people who are not from ITU to be familiar with how ITU is, what are the equipments being used, what's the setup. This is to prepare the nurses and other specialties like speech and language team, dietitians, any other medical professions that are in the hospital and community in case there is a second wave of COVID-19. Then we won't be as shocked as we were when the first wave happened. It is a very good training. Uh, some of it I've known already because when the COVID pandemic peaked about a few months ago, we were able to use the CPAP machines on our wards, even without the full, proper in-depth training. The trainers who are from ITU were able to share some of their experiences during the COVID time, wherein ideally you'd have one ITU nurse to one patient, and now they'd have one ITU nurse to seven patients. And even though they've got loads of helpers, uh, these helpers have never been to ITU before, and so it was very, very challenging. They also recalled those times when they had to refuse patients that needed to be on CPAP because we only have very few CPAP machines at that time, but now we've ordered more. So if there's a second wave, we have double the capacity. For some of my colleagues, they saw how ITU works, what are the documentations, and two actually of my colleagues now want to work in ITU, and leave our current ward. For me, I prefer to stay outside of ITU. We also reviewed the donning and doffing techniques for PPE. It's been a few weeks now that we've gone back to our normal wards, normal setting without any high level PPE. So some of us might have forgotten, so it's a very good review in case there's another surge. So during the pandemic, I've cared for COVID positive patients on CPAP, and it's really something you really want to avoid having. It was very, very tiring. At one point, I just wanted to quit being a nurse because while I was busy still working every day, people here were at home and still getting 80% of their salary. So there was a point when you get so tired and you have these thoughts, and I was like, what if I had a different profession? Maybe I'd be at home nice and safe, with family, with friends, protected from COVID, and I still get 80% of my salary. So there was that point that I really thought that, to be honest with you. But I'm glad that I was there during the peak of the pandemic. I was really able to do a lot of things, really be able to help out to a lot of patients. I can say that I did a big part in helping out with this pandemic. For everyone who are in the Philippines, we've seen the decrease, a very, very sharp decrease in COVID cases here in my hospital. But that was only possible, by following the protocols, using proper PPE, social distancing, wearing masks, staying at home, and avoiding any large gatherings. So please, for those who are from Cebu, which is my home city, please comply to the regulations set by the government. And if you don't really need to go out, please don't go out. I've seen COVID firsthand. I've seen patients with COVID who are really like struggling to breathe. It's not a very nice thing to see. There was a week during the peak of the pandemic where you would expect one or two patients to die. I mean, like for the whole 7 days, there's always one patient at least who would die. So it's like having, you could almost feel death roaming around and picking like, oh, who am I gonna take now? Like maybe I take this man or this woman. So it is a really serious disease, and if you're asymptomatic, then well and good for you. But if you're carrying it and then you're still going out, then it's really gonna affect a lot of other people, and they might not be as strong or as immune as you are, so they can get really really sick, and that will be all your fault. So just bear that in mind if you don't follow protocols and government restrictions. As what I've said earlier, if we all just follow the guidelines, there will be an end to this. And I'm already starting to see, improvements here where I am. But I'm sure if everyone follows the guidelines there in Cebu, things will definitely improve. But we all have to work together. So that's it for now. I know this is just me rambling about my experience, but I hope you appreciate it and you've learned something. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you continue to support me with my vlogs. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and watch out for my next video. Bye bye.